Hey, what's up, y'all, and welcome to another edition of the August Daily. This is August C. Jones, and let's talk about some Bigfoot shit. So, you've seen the title of this video, which I'm pretty sure you have by clicking on it. You will see that I have put that I don't believe Bigfoot exists. And it's kind of like I'm on the opposite end, but I'm more of, how should you say, I'm more 60-40 or more 80-20 than a lot of people. Because I know there's people out there that believe Bigfoot exists and all that stuff, and they have these sightings. And there's people that live over there in that environment, you know, the woods and, you know, just more forested areas in the country where they see more sightings of whatever, of Bigfoot and everything else. Which, you know, is cool. I'm not saying that they are seeing something else or whatever the heck. Like, I don't know what they see. I don't know what they experience because I'm not in that, you know, position. I don't live in those areas to be like, oh yeah, I know what I've seen. I've seen this and and everything else. But this is just from my point of view why I don't believe in Bigfoot. Now, if you see on my channel, I have other videos. I have another video talking about why I believe in aliens. And you would think Bigfoot, aliens, one ain't like the other. You know, why would you believe in aliens but you won't believe in Bigfoot? And so, like I said, I'm more like a 60-40, 80-20. I guess you could probably even say 90-10 in my beliefs. So this is why I tend to not believe Bigfoot exists, or strongly believe that he doesn't exist, or Sasquatch or whatever, they don't exist. It's due to the fact of, through all these shows that I've came across, all the videos of people talking about it and everything else, everything has been debunked. Like, people can be like, okay, somebody wearing the suit, or, you know, they got it from afar so you can't really tell what it is. It could be somebody in the suit, you know, something like that. Stuff can be, I guess you could say, what's the word? Not debunked, but faked. And it comes across a lot of that from just the footprints. People can make it look authentic, and it's not. And like the strings of hair and everything else, it's like all of that has come back either being faked or inconclusive. And the thing is about that is, like, okay, I get that there are species that we haven't came across, that we don't have documented, that we don't have in a database where you can be like, oh, it's this creature or whatever. And Bigfoot, if it exists, would be part of that. But this is where I don't believe it. It's because everything is coming in inconclusive. Like, we don't have no real standing on what this creature may be. And so, more so going toward, when you look at Bigfoot, how big he's supposed to be, how big it's supposed to be. It's like 7 foot, 8 foot tall or whatever, and just big and everything. And like, if you're coming across a Sasquatch around like your house, it's like, wouldn't you find like poop? When you find bones, maybe some have died. And then it's like, you gotta believe that it's not just one or two or a few or just a family. It has to probably be a lot of them. And you're not coming across them like that. Like, where are they staying at? Is there an underground bunker that they're staying in? Is there some nearby caves that they're living in? It's like, you're telling me that in 7 foot, 8 foot giants, probably dozens of them, you cannot find? You can't come across in your little forest, your little woods area, like that's not too far, like less than a mile away from your crib or right in your backyard. You're telling me that this big thing is able to hide and elude people for this long, and there's no evidence. There's no evidence of them, of a corpse, of them dying, poop that you can like pull. There's nothing there. It's like, that's why I don't believe it. With aliens, the difference with that is that with aliens, you can put in that, you know, we just don't know. And I guess it can go for like Bigfoot, but just like how people can look at like, oh, you believe in aliens, but you don't believe in Bigfoot. It's like, yeah, but I can believe in the whole thing around the whole or around aliens, that they're more advanced to where they can elude us a little bit more better than a primitive ape-like person that can elude a person right in their backyard. Just think of, if you living in the woods, how long you can go without people being able to find you, especially if people are going out looking for you. Like, especially if you're hiding your whole family in the woods. Just think, if I were to go out there with my friends and people all that have hunting equipment and all that stuff, just think of how easy it will be to find you. Just think of that. And you're telling me that a big 7 foot, 8 foot creature and its family and friends and all that stuff can elude people for centuries, or for a century, over a century or whatever? It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, come on. Now, there are places in Earth, like the whole Earth, certain places that humans don't be too often, or, you know, just whatever. So there is places where creatures like that could survive, could thrive, and everything else. But I'm talking about like Oklahoma, like Colorado, or wherever, you know, people be seeing the skunk ape, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever they want to call it. The Yeti, I could probably believe that, you know, it's probably something living up in the Appalachian Mountains. But it's like, when you're looking at it in my backyard, like the forest, the wood areas that's like literally not even a mile away from me, you've seen the Bigfoot sighting. You're telling me that hunters and people that are setting up cameras and all this stuff can't catch not one sighting, a clear sighting of this? Like, this primitive being has literally eluded our advances. And they're not in our world. They're not inundated in our world. They can elude us. Like, it's just like 1 + 1 don't equal 2 in this situation. And that's why I don't believe it. But I do believe that they can exist. Maybe up in like I guess you could say in China, and like deep forests where there isn't a lot of people, a lot of outside interaction, like the Amazon or something like that. I can believe that in that scenario. But when you're talking about like forests that people would more than likely find themselves traveling or going through, that these creatures, and like I said, it has to be a lot of them. Like, it can't be just 2 or 3 and then, you know, it's just like, no, it has to be a family, probably more. And it's probably people that's gonna be like, yeah, it would have to be about a good 50 of them in order to like carry on the generation. But it's just, that's why I don't seem to believe it just right offhand. I just don't. And like the Loch Ness Monster, I can believe. Aliens, I can believe. Ghosts, spirits, I can believe. But when it comes to Bigfoot, it's so much stuff revolving around it that makes it so impossible to really think that, like, in certain parts where people say that they've seen sightings where these things can exist, it's unbelievable. So that's where I just lie. It's like, I'm not completely in the camp of Bigfoot doesn't exist. I just feel like there isn't enough evidence to be like that. And I guess that makes me a hypocrite in certain ways, but I see it as 2 different things. It's like, I believe that we could probably, it would make more sense for us to believe a Bigfoot over an alien. But because of that, because it would probably be easier in, like, for us, like the average person like me, to go out and seek a Bigfoot than it would be for me to try and find alien life. That it should, like, we literally should have came across and found a Sasquatch, definitive proof, caught one, caught a family, caught a little baby one, and found undeniable proof that this thing exists, and we haven't yet. So that's why I say it's just the same, but it's different. So I don't know, it's weird. But in any case, let me not make this too long. Those are my thoughts on why I don't believe that Bigfoot exists in a certain type of situation. But in any case, you may agree with me, you may not. You may have other theories or other things that I haven't looked at. Great, cool. Leave it in the comments if you want to. If not, give me a like, subscribe if you're not, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this. And I will catch you guys on the next one. So peace out and stay safe, and maybe bring me some evidence that Bigfoot exists. I don't know.